Hello everyone and welcome to Sharp Dress Gaming, and today we're back with some more Pokemon VGC 2016, and as you can see, we are finally sharp dressed again. This feels so good, it feels so good. I guess I just got lazy for a while, but we back with the sharp dressedness. We reppin' that channel name, but today we're here with the final day of the Mega Gardevoir team with double Primal, as well as Ferrothorn, Liepard, and Goodra. And today's goal is to use Goodra, so we may end up with 3 battles today. We'll see how it turns out. If we can use Goodra in the first 2, then we'll just have 2. But if we don't get to use Goodra, I'll find a special 3rd one where we get to use Goodra. And that's that. And then we'll have a team builder tomorrow. I'm excited to bring team builders back, but for right now we have Diego VGC Chile from California. You're a liar, dude. Alright, so we see... Ooh, some new Pokemon. We see a Xerneas, a Metagross, which appears to be his Mega. Also a Rayquaza, which could also be a Mega. Has a Seismatic Toad, which probably has Water Absorb. Latias, and a Cofagrigus, which could be his Trick Roomer. So this could be a Trick Room team. Also Tailwind with the Latias. And Latias also gets Trick Room, I believe. So Gardevoir's looking pretty good here, other than the what's that thing called? Metagross, and also the Cofagrigus to an extent. But I really like the Gardevoir. I think we'll lead Liepard Gardevoir. I think that's a good lead right there. And then Groudon looks absolutely stunning here. I could go Goodra. Goodra just... Oh, wait. Oh, it's Ice Beam Goodra. I have to remember that. It's not Dragon Pulse, but Ice Beam's still good. Ferrothorn isn't terrible. Actually, it's really good. It's a good against the Seismitoad, the Xerneas. We have to remember, some people run bulky Xerneas, though. Kyogre isn't immensely great here. I almost want to go Goodra, though. But my Goodra has Hydration. We're going to go Ferrothorn. I was going to go Goodra. Our Goodra does have Hydration, if anybody's wondering. Because then we can go up against like Dark Void Smeargle with our Goodra and Kyogre. Because Goodra will wake up in the rain. With Liepard and Gardevoir. I was thinking about going Sap Sipper Goodra. But we have Xerneas and Rayquaza to start us off here. Xerneas, Ray. Now I could go Trick Room. I get the Fairy Aura, which doesn't matter necessarily. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to fake out the Rayquaza, and I'm going to Mega Evolve and Trick Room. The reason I'm doing that, I want to stop the Rayquaza from Dragon Ascenting the Gardevoir this turn. We should live it. Keyword there is should, because we're max defense, max HP. He's actually going to withdraw a Rayquaza. But the second reason is because if the Xerneas does Geomancy, I can always Encore it next turn. So the Cofagrigus coming in isn't going to matter. We're not going to fake it out because it is Ghost type. But Gardevoir is going to come in. Not come in, but Mega Evolve. So useless fake out. Xerneas just goes straight for the Dazzling Gleam, which is just fine. Liepard will live with the Focus Sash, of course. And Gardevoir is going to get off the Trick Room. It's not going to matter a whole ton because of that Cofagrigus. Oh, I never switched Gardevoir to Psyshock. I was going to do that. What I'm going to do is taunt the Cofagrigus and then just Hyper Voice. Taunt, Hyper Voice. Cofagrigus could be going for Shadow Ball this turn. Very possible, but it might also be reversing the Trick Room. Oh, it's Mental Herb. It goes for after you. So that Xerneas can go first. Very nice. Gonna go for that Dazzling Gleam, which is gonna knock out Liepard. Not detrimental to the current situation, because Gardevoir is still gonna live that and get a nice Hyper Voice off. But now we can bring in Ferrothorn and just Gyro Ball into that Xerneas. Or we could assume that Xerneas is gonna be scared and protect this turn. And what I can do is Leech Seed the Cofagrigus. And I can also Psychic the Cofagrigus. Just get rid of the Cofagrigus, is what I'm thinking. Let's do that. Gonna actually just straight up withdraw the Xerneas. I have not written down Cofagrigus. I'm gonna bring in the Seismitoad. Not what I would have done. Gonna Will-O-Wisp. I was kind of assuming that I was gonna protect, but... And Cofagrigus avoids the Leech Seed. Perfect. Well, that's gonna bring Cofagrigus down to a point that's gonna not... It's not gonna be excited about. And here I'm going to Leech Seed the Seismitoad. And I could switch into Groudon here. But I have had Trick Room, Hyper Voice, Psychic. This is turn 4. I'm just going to Hyper Voice. Cofagrigus is going to after you with the Seismitoad. I don't know what Seismitoad would want to do at this point. Earth Power, probably on guard. Yeah. Knock out the Gardevoir. Which was going to happen either way. That's why I just Hyper Voiced. Because now because this was turn 4. I did Leech Seed. I thought I Power Whipped for some reason. But we do see that Cofagrigus is actually slower than my Ferrothorn. I should have noticed that last turn. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And now I can bring Groudon. I can protect this turn, because obviously these Pokemon are going to both be slower than me. I want to get rid of Seismitoad. Because Rayquaza can come in and stop my Groudon's weather, and then Seismitoad can kill Groudon. So what I'm going to want to do here is just Power Whip Seismitoad, and not worry about the Cofagrigus. Because the Cofagrigus is probably switching into Rayquaza, which I could, I guess, Leech Seed there. Or do I just really want to get rid of the Seismitoad? Look at that beard. Rayquaza is going to be his Mega, too. I'm going to Power Whip the Seismitoad and Protect with Groudon. Brrr. He actually doesn't switch out either Pokemon. I assumed Seismitoad would be switching out. Cofagrigus is going to once again go for after you. And Seismitoad's going to try and Earth Power the Groudon. Okay, so it had 2 options to attack Groudon. Now we get the Power Whip off, which is still going to knock out Seismitoad from this range. Even with the burn. So see in hell, Seismitoad. And take some more burn damage on the Ferrothorn. And Twisted Dimensions do return to normal. So I'm assuming the Xerneas and the Rayquaza are going to be able to speed me. Rayquaza does come in. It does come in. And the only way I can hit the Rayquaza is through Earth Power on my Groudon. I'm going to protect the Ferrothorn here just to see if he does have like Overheat or Fire Blast. I'm assuming he would because none of his other Pokemon could carry a Fire-type move. And that would make Ferrothorn very devastating for him. So rather unfortunate it is a Mega Rayquaza, because Delta Stream's going to shut off the weakness to Rock-type moves. Do I have another Pokemon? No, they're both knocked out. There comes Delta Stream. We get to protect on Ferrothorn, so we'll be able to see if Rayquaza does in fact carry Overheat. It actually carries Surf. That's even worse. So it must also have Overheat. Because it's going to knock out my... Oh, my Groudon lived! That's surprising. We're going to get this Mighty Rock Slide off. Huh. Surf Rayquaza for you, everybody. Surf Rayquaza, not able to knock out at least the EV spread I have for this Groudon. And Xerneas is going to come out here. Fairy Aura. Now, I expect Dazzling Gleam from Xerneas, and then probably the Fire type of move from Rayquaza, so I assume we lose here. But I'm just going to double attack, because protecting really isn't going to save us, if that's the case. Xerneas goes straight for Moonblast on the Groudon, so I'm assuming the Fire type move comes out from Rayquaza here, so we really didn't have a chance at that point. Unfortunately. I'm trying to think what we could have done differently here. Because Psychic didn't knock out the Cofagrigus, so even if I would have protected the turn we got Will-O-Wisp, not that it mattered in the long run. I'm not sure. If you guys know what I could have did different, let me know in the comment section below. I can't exactly remember every turn of that game, but I'm sure there was a lot of things I did wrong. So if you guys caught it, let me know. Because this is a learning experience for both of us. For both of us. I should have saved that battle and rewatched it. I should have brought Gudra. That was what the problem... Actually, if I would have brought Gudra, we probably would have been in a good position. Because I'm assuming that Rayquaza probably... It had to have Dragon Ascent. And it probably had Protect as one of its final moves. So if we would have had Gudra, we would have been fairly good there. So, damn it. I should have brought Gudra. Should have brought Gudra. That Seismitoad is really cool. It was really cool to see Seismitoad and Cofagrigus, and obviously they're doing very well. They're in the 1500s, and they beat us, which isn't exactly a feat. But apparently we're going to disconnect there. We'll see if it's us. It was the other trainer, it appears. It appears, at least. But yeah. We'll see if we can use Gudra. If not, we'll get another battle. Or maybe I'll force the Gudra this turn, or this game. Just to see. I do like double primal. It opens up a lot of situations for you. And although Xerneas isn't there for that big hit, Gardevoir isn't anything to sneeze at. I'm also like worried about the Gardevoir a lot, so I don't necessarily suggest Mega Gardevoir as your Pokemon of choice for the fairy typing. Or Trick Rooming for that matter. Cresselia is a better Trick Roomer by far. And that's why you see it a lot. And apparently we're just never going to find an opponent, and I'm just going to continue to ramble. Our Gudra, I have to remember its moves though. Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, and I want to say Flamethrower. It might not be Flamethrower though. Very well could be Flamethrower for all I know. Opponents. Oh. Okay then. That's cool. Just add more time onto a probably already long episode. And it's Sunday night, not Monday night, so I don't have to worry about maintenance happening. It's actually really late Sunday night because I had to get homework done first because I'm back in school. Make my parents proud. Actually, I just want to get a real man's job at some point. Unless you guys want to make this a real man's job, then share this video, like this video, comment this video, just get this video some views, man, and we could be well on our way to making this an all-career thing. But yeah, more content will be coming to you guys this week, so be sure to keep your eyes on the channel. I've come up with some new things that we're going to be doing, also some more collaboration things, bringing back old things. It's going to be great, hopefully. I just have to figure out little problems with my internet connection for certain things. As you can see, I mean, I haven't been disconnected from the 3DS, which is good. Sometimes it takes a little while to find people, but that's usually a problem when you're battling at 1 in the morning. Is it 1 in the morning right now? Pretty close, 20 minutes too. Opponent. I may have to cut until we can find an opponent. But yeah. It's mostly for the TCG, because it keeps dropping me from TCG, so I think we're going to have to Ethernet cord it for the TCG, which will be strange, because I'll be like in the middle of a hallway, because our router's in a really weird spot. Can we find somebody, please? For Moses' sake. Oh my god. Okay, I'll be right back, guys, when we find somebody. Alright, everybody, so I couldn't find anybody in Radiant Battle Spot. I tried like 5 different times. I even disconnected from the internet. So now we're here on Free Battle. And we'll see how terrible this is. Oh, God. I mean, it's Free Battle, so there's people not necessarily playing this style of VGC. So we have an Arcanine, a Spinda, a Meowstic, a Drifblim, an Azu, and a Greninja. Now, we can't just overlook this team. It could be very good. So, we have 2 water types. Greninja probably is Protean. There is also a Arcanine. But I could go Kyogre. I could also go Groudon, Ferrothorn. I don't necessarily want to bring the restricted Pokemon, just because I think that's slightly unfair, because they weren't expecting it. Gardevoir isn't terrible. Liepard, again, isn't terrible. Could go Liepard, Gardevoir, Ferrothorn, Goodra. I could do that. Let's do that. Let's go non-restricted. Let's go back to VGC. This is probably VGC 14, to be honest. Yeah, I think all these Pokemon are available in VGC 14 that I'm using. My opponents, I think, are also 14. Yeah, Spindo was available in Oris. I think everybody but Arcanine was. I think Arcanine was a 15 Pokemon available in Oris. I meant X and Y if I didn't say that the first time for VGC 14. Spinda Arcanine. Oh, I know this combination. So Arcanine intimidates, which doesn't matter. And then Spinda, what it does... So Gardevoir got Contrary, not that it matters. But what Spinda does is it switches its ability with Arcanine, and then Arcanine uses like Close Combat and things that typically lower its stats, and then it of course reverses them. So I'm going to Mega Evolve Trick Room with my Gardevoir, and I'm going to fake out the Spinda this turn. Following turn I'll taunt it, and then Encore. That being said, if Liepard's still alive at that point. This might be a Mental Herb Spinda though, which could be annoying. So I fake it out. Arcanine goes for Close Combat, expecting to have that ability right now, the Contrast ability. I mean, wait, the Contrary ability, which it wouldn't have had because Spinda didn't go yet, I don't think. No, it went, because I just Trick Roomed. It might be Choice Scarfed. Choice Scarf Spinda. So now I can taunt the Spinda, and I can Psychic the Arcanine because it just got a drop in its defenses. Probably going for another Close Combat here with the Arcanine, I'd assume. Liepard taunts. Let's see if it has the Mental Herb on the Spinda. Does not. We get the Psychic off on the Arcanine. Which is going to do a great deal of damage to the Arcanine. Also drops its special defense once again. We're going to see Close Combat from Arcanine once again on the Liepard. So Liepard doesn't live long enough to be able to get an Encore off, but that's fine. Spinda's pretty shut down at this point if it's choiced. And Spinda can't use Skill Swap. That was the point. Now Arcanine's at -3 special defense, so this Psychic's going to knock it out. No problem. And what I can do here, I can either bring Goodra. Yeah, I can... Goodra. I meant Ferrothorn. I can bring a Ferrothorn because we're going to knock out the Arcanine this turn. And then what I can do with Ferro is put a Leech Seed onto Spinda. Because it's probably switching out here. And I'm going to Psychic the Arcanine. It could, if it's not choice though, it could Superpower Ferrothorn, which would be bad. This is turn 3 of Trick Room. We're not seeing the Spinda switch, which doesn't bode well for my Pharaoh, but Arcanine's... I mean, Gardevoir's going to knock out Arcanine. See ya, Arcanine. And Spinda... Oh, it's going to struggle. Okay, that's fine. Well, but it hits the Gardevoir. That's unfortunate. I mean, it doesn't really matter, because Gardevoir's got max defense. I just would have rather it hit the Ferrothorn, because it would have done more damage to the Spinda. But what can you do? He doesn't really have, I mean, Azumarill could have Superpower, so that would be the other thing he could skill swap with, but I think we'll be able to get rid of Spinda before that happens. My opponent might be quitting here. Nope, they're going to bring in the Meowstic. Meow! Meowstic. And now here, I can go Ferrothorn. I could Leech Seed. I'm going to Leech Seed Meowstic. And then Hyper Voice with Gardevoir. We could see Fake Out. We do see Fake Out. It's going to be on Gardevoir. Yep. I'm not super concerned. We get Leech Seed up on the Meowstic. This is turn 4, Trick Room. So here I can just Hyper Voice. Spinda's going to struggle once again in the Gardevoir. Leave Gardevoir alone. But Spinda will for sure go down this turn, this coming up turn here. And depending on the Meowstic spread, it could also go down this coming up turn. Spinda's Taunt's going to wear off here too, which I'm not super worried about. But what I'm going to do here is Gyro Ball to Meowstic and Hyper Voice. I don't know what theme this is, but I like the that sounds almost like it could be a snare drum cadence. Meowstic's gonna light screen this turn, which won't save either of these Pokemon, because Spinda's so low already, and Gyro Ball's gonna connect and almost knock out the Spinda with a critical hit. I mean the Meowstic, sorry. And Hyper Voice gonna be able to take both of them out from here. See, we didn't even have to use our primals. Twisted Dimensions do return to normal. It's unfortunate, but the last Pokemon shouldn't be a huge problem. Gonna see Azumarill. Azumarill. So we could see a superpower. I'm just gonna Power Whip and Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice. Oh, we don't get to see Goodra. I'm going to see Citrus Berry from the Azumarill. So it was a Belly Drum Azumarill. Aqua Ring. He used Aqua Ring. Yeah, I saw that. He used Aqua Ring on Azumarill. Azumarill Aqua Ring. You also missed the Power Whip if you weren't watching. I know it's rather annoying. Okay, we're going to go back to the battle now. Alright. So, with that being said, I'm going to bring out Goodra and protect my Gardevoir. This constitutes as Goodra coming to the battle, because I'm not finding anybody on Battle Spot, and I'd rather not do another one of these battles, just because we'll probably end up with another game like this. Not that it was bad, because, Belly Drum. Goodra's going to die. Goodra's gonna die. But not that it's necessarily a bad team. I mean, I've never really seen Drifblim before. So we Sludge Bomb, and we Trick Room. Aqua Jet gonna kill the Gardevoir. All right, it doesn't even kill Gardevoir. Goodra gets the final kill. Because Arcanine Spinda, like I said, I knew the strategy, so that's really how I was able to put it off right away. It can catch people off guard, but like I said, I've seen it before. It's not a huge deal. Once you've already seen it, just get rid of it. Yeah, it's interesting, but not a good strategy. I wouldn't suggest it. They actually do that with Rayquaza now. I think normal Spinda outspeeds Rayquaza by 1 point, and you skill swap with Rayquaza and start Dragon Ascenting, Overheating, other things that drop your... Or Draco Meteor, that's another one. Yeah, Professor Willow used that one, actually. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of this team. Unfortunately, we went out on a rather sour note, having to battle in free battle, but what can you do? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone.